Everybody enjoys the wine. Little glass of wine, my grandpapa used to say that the wine, it purifies your blood if you drink in moderation. And I believe in that theory. And I do drink my wine in moderation, 1 glass a day. That's it. Well, we so far we grind the grapes. We put the yeast in there and let it ferment for about a week.
I think as far as traditions go, this goes back obviously to my grandparents, and so it's nice to keep that tradition alive and to keep that tradition going. It doesn't hurt that it tastes pretty good too. Dad started making wine before we moved into his current house. It never really turned out very well for him, and he put it on the back burner for quite a while. Once he moved to his new home, with the barn and the wine room separate from the house, he started the process back up again, and that's when it really started to get perfected, and that's what really started to take over. That process I wasn't really involved with for the first few years as I was younger, and then came on board and started helping.
Yeah, I remember making wine with my father way back in the 50s. And he used to teach me how to make the wine. And I thought I knew all. So when my father was gone, then it was up to me to make the wine. And I made a wine for 4 or 5 years, and I had to throw it down the sewer. Because I wasn't doing what my father was trying to tell me when he was teaching me how to make wine. Then I realized that I talked back out of the wine my thing back, and I remember what he was saying, and I started doing his way, and I never had a bad bottle of wine since 1985.
So I've been helping probably for the last 20 to 25 years, somewhere around 1998 probably. As far as helping, it's sort of all hands on deck when it's time to do the wine. We don't have necessarily set jobs, although usually I'm the one that's lifting and carrying the heavy equipment while my father sort of directs where we go and how things operate. There's a multi-step process and everyone's really involved. It's too heavy. As far as hands-on, I don't think he's taken any steps back as far as making anything. I tend to lift the heavier things from time to time, but as far as getting in there, he still does just as much as he did 20, 25 years ago when we started. He's very particular about how we follow his process, so we all make sure we follow it to the letter of his direction.
The only thing maybe that I have to go back in there after he says he cleaned the wine room. I have to go back and make sure that it's clean to my standards, and I usually have to do it over again. But I just do it. I know what to expect, so I just do whatever has to be done.
And then after we ferment a week, when the fermentation, we squeeze it, and now we put them in the jugs. I think age is catching up with me, but I'm still very active. I do my garden, I make my wine, I mow my own grass. I'm still in pretty good shape for my age. I'm 85 years old. So for my age, I think I'm doing a good job. But you know, you can't find that. And then once the fermentation kind of slowed down, I put the fermentation caps. So that serves the purpose with the gas to coming out, but the air can go in. I do this 4 times. After 4 times, it's ready to put in bottle. And by that time, it'll be maybe right in the middle of the winter. But I let it sit until about at least 3 more months before I start drinking. So at least 8 months in a year before it's ready to drink.
Kind of make you feel closer to the old time, your youth more than anything else, which you can't bring back, but you can kind of continue doing the things that they used to do, that our families used to do.
I would like to think that we will all sort of step in and continue the tradition. I think the making is fun. I think people enjoy that process. I think people enjoy the drinking process. I'd like to see that happen. I guess only time will tell.
I'm not worried about it. I think they would follow it up. I think they'll do it. If they're smart enough, they'll do it.